Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I go live again. I did this go live yesterday. Today I'm going to share my story how I became a Christian. But this story is very long, so I just focus on one key point that that change really depended on what Jesus did for me. Because if he didn't, maybe I'm still in confusion which way to go. I was Buddhist, and changing Buddhism to Christianity was not possible by myself because I couldn't know uh, which is right. So I couldn't tell Buddhism is wrong because I was born in Buddhism family. So um, unless I know Buddhism is wrong and Christianity is right, so I have to change. I have no way to do that. I had a spiritual connection with the Buddhism family, and somehow my spirit is prepared to stick to my original religion. And but I was mysteriously sick when I was around in high school, and I become humble, and I think of there is some higher power that like a God who is beyond my willpower, like my own decision, my will to do something. If God doesn't want it happen, then it could fail. So that's what I was thinking about. And then when I was a bit humble, my relative sister told me why I want to study Buddhism. Because I was in sickness, so I tried to figure it out, my psychology, my philosophy, my spiritual thing and mental thing, to figure it out why I suddenly become sick and I can't. I don't have any physical problem. When I went to doctors and so they find no problem. And so I told her that I wanna be enlightened, and I wanna liberated from the incarnation, the circle of incarnation, etc. And so I wanna realize the truth through the Buddhism way. But there is no logical explanation how I'm going to be enlightened through the Buddhism, like a meditation, or there is not particular books explaining the process or how it can happen. There is no understanding about how it can happen. But I know the Buddhism book said there is no guarantee. Even though you spend whole life, there is no guarantee that you will be enlightened. That's what the Buddhism book said. So it's very risky as well. So I have to leave my family, parents, and then how sad they will be, That, and then I have to go to mountain to meditate, and what's happening in the mountain, how that meditation can suddenly let me understand the truth. But because of my sickness, I had no like that become my direction. And what happened is before I entered to the Buddhism uni, so I decided to enter Buddhism uni. On that, the year, the beginning of the year, like first day of that year, relative was Christian, and she asked me why I want to study Buddhism, etc. And then she said Jesus is the only way, etc. And I said, no, the religion look different, but they go to the same place. But she said, no, only Jesus is the only way. And she had a very close relationship with Jesus, and she is very convinced. And then her face in spirit come to my heart to help me to believe. I normally refused to believe, and I rejected it all the time. But on that day, because she had some strong faith, and her spirit helped me to accept it. So on that day, even though I didn't understand Jesus the only way. I always didn't believe it, and I just thought that maybe it could be. And then she said she talked to God every day. So, but I never knew that God is a human, like not the person. But she, through her, first time I understood God is a person, have personality. He can be angry. He can be yeah. So that that I heard for the first time in my life, and then if God is a person, I want to know about Him. So that's what I thought. So and then she's quoted like in the verse in the book of Acts. So there is no other name under the heaven given to mankind by which we must be saved. So Jesus is the only name by which we must be saved. So Jesus is the only way. Also, she quoted, "I am the way, truth, way, and the life. No one can come to the Father without through me." So I could understand going to Father. I couldn't truly understand, but I thought that it means salvation. So she quoted these two verses from Bible, and then I couldn't truly understand, but just I understood that Jesus is the only way. So I decided to believe. And then what happened is on that night, I went back home, and then Jesus he visited me in spirit. So I couldn't see him, but he talked to me, told me that I'm lewd. Lewd means like lustful and selfish. And then I felt my sin, and I felt the pain caused by my sin to others. And I cry in my memory, I think 1 or 2 weeks continuously, hated myself, and then I accept His love on the cross to forgive my sin. So what happened is after that, I start to understand the spiritual world, like I could understand the Bible. So on that very night, Jesus enlightened me. So I was blinded spiritually. So that enlightenment is the very thing I was pursuing through Buddhism, and that's what I wish to happen. And I was going to spend my whole life to, with the risk that it will never happen. It might never happen. But on that very night, when I believed Jesus, He enlightened me. Like that is like rebirth. I was changed. And I become gentle. Become I very often possessed by extreme anger, but that disappeared, and I become gentle, and I become thoughtful, for considerate for others, and I don't be angry. I become understanding, and also I can understand the Bible, and also I got a very good memory to remember the word. Yeah, so that's what happened. So I wrote that verse telling us that no one knows the Father except the Son, and those whom the Son choose to reveal the Father. So whether we know the Father or not, depending on the Son's choice. It is the Son chose to reveal some God to the particular person, then that person will understand the God. He need to make a decision to open that person's heart to know God. So that's what Jesus did. He chose to me to understand God. So on that day I understood. And then so if that didn't happen, there is very spiritual thing. It's not my own decision alone, but God had to also help me to believe and also understood. And so that's what happened. That's what I want to share today. So yeah, this is very interesting fact, and people doesn't realize, or people didn't read this verse, doesn't know. Yeah, so that's interesting fact about the enlightenment that happened through God's choice, the Son's choice. Yeah, so that's very interesting, isn't it? Yeah, so I just wanna share one point like that, and my testimony can be very very long. So um, maybe next time, another opportunity, I'll tell you about other my background story be, to become a Christian. Yeah. So this is my testimony. Thank you for your time. This is like nearly 12 minutes. Okay, then have a good rest of the day, and see you again.